Hello, I'm Emilia from Thames Festival Trust and I'm here with Belinda. Hello, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. So would you like to tell us about yourself and the project?
So my name is Belinda Zhawi and I am a poet, I'm a writer, and I also am a sound artist. And in transit will be a mixture of these things. It will be a poetry and sound performance, so working with archive recordings, field recordings, text, and by text I mean mainly poetry. And this is all in response to, two great rivers, but mainly the River Thames, but also the River Exe in Exeter. So yeah, it's been interesting so far working on it, yeah.
So what kind of made you choose sort of spoken word and poetry kind of respond to these things?
Mainly because that's my main medium, so naturally that's what I'm going to work with. And I was approached as well by the amazing people at Penned in the Margins to respond to this theme because, they're working with their publishers, so they're working with writers as well. So I think it's essentially it wasn't really me choosing spoken word or poetry, but I think there being an opportunity to use a writer as a way to respond to the theme. Yeah.
And was there something you sort of discovered in this project that you weren't aware of before through kind of using kind of spoken word and things like that?
A lot, actually, mainly through research, obviously, working with, just being on the foreshore itself is a really interesting experience. I mean, I generally am somebody who spends a lot of time on the foreshore anyway, because of where I live, in Deptford. I think I've been amazed by just how much of the history of the city can be found in the Thames still, it's really amazing to spend time with people who are dedicated to things. People mudlarking or was with a paleontologist another time, and they just know what time something comes from. So I think that what's amazed me is just how much of a history we think is so far away is still very present in our daily lives, and objects from that time don't even seem like they come from such a long time ago. But yeah, it's an interesting thing to discover. I think how cyclical life in the city always has been, and how much it revolves around the river as well. Yeah.
And if you could describe your project in one word for audience, what do you think that would be?
I would say it's a big experiment. Yeah, because obviously working with different mediums, so sound, voice performance, text. So, it's a mixture of things, but it's essentially just trying to find an experimental way to tell one version of the river's story. We're also thinking about another river too, and just thinking about rivers in general, how much they bring to us, and how much we're able to reach other people as well, whether it's through travel or, I don't know, just history.
Yeah. Oh, fantastic. And is there anything audiences can sort of expect from the show? And if you were to sort of describe the show to audiences, what?
I would say in terms of expectations, I would probably just think about some of the themes I'm exploring, which are, when we think about trade, especially in relation to Great Britain, naturally we start to think about trade. We start to think about colonialism. We start to think about slavery. We start to think about a time before that too. But essentially, empire and slavery have become prominent in the research, even though that wasn't my intention in the first place. But I think a probe basically, and I guess people should expect to leave with more questions that they came with. Because I'm definitely full of questions at the moment as well.
Fantastic. Oh, it sounds fascinating.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for talking to us, and
thanks for having me.